Most leaders get entirely consumed by the day-to-day. They focus on the people right in front of them, the team they manage today, and the fires they put out tomorrow. A visionary leader is doing something entirely different. They're building systems, cultures, and ideas for people they'll lead long after they're gone, people they'll never even meet. Someone in my mentorship program asked me recently how to actually build visionary leadership, and I told her it has nothing to do with predicting the future. It comes down to one massive shift in perspective. It's the same reason I started this channel, to leave that kind of legacy, sharing what I know so it outlasts my own career. If you want to stop just managing the present and become a leader who builds for the future, here's exactly how I answered her.
Okay, Isabel's question, how can we build visionary leadership? Okay, visionary and then leadership. The visionary is a very important qualifier because, as I mentioned before, visionary is a lengthy time and space horizon. So then if you think about leadership encompasses many things. One of them is cultivating the capacity of the people you lead. So if you are a visionary leadership, then you're not just cultivating capacities in the people you directly have that are in front of you that you're leading right now. You're also thinking about who will they lead in the future that they don't yet lead? Who might be led by me, but not even directly, indirectly? And who might continue to be led by me even after I've passed away, long passed away? But they can still be influenced by me. They can still grow from my message. So that's visionary leadership. So what can I leave behind? What assets that can I leave behind? So for example, I have a YouTube channel and I have more than 23 million views on my videos, right? So each video is an asset I created that is on the internet for indefinitely. And even after I pass away, I have instructions to my successors who will manage it in a certain way. And I also have a trust where they have the budget to do so. So then my legacy through those video assets, I will continue to lead people that will know I'm not alive anymore, but it will, generations and generations will be my leadership. And every time I create a video and I record a video on my channel, I'm thinking about that. I'm projecting into that future. What would the future look like? How does my message need to change given the state of the world right now? And given how things are changing right now, how does my message need to change and adjust accordingly? So I'm thinking about it when I create my insights and I record my videos. So same thing, that's visionary leadership. You have to think about the state of the things right now. What will people care about? What will they need that they may not know they need? What might they look for that they think they need? Yeah, and I want to get in front of them. So I will create all the content and I have a host it on as video assets for people to discover. So one part of visionary leadership is to have a strategy in place that makes you discoverable to people who may not have the privilege to know you while you were alive. How can you be more discoverable? How can people find you? So now that gets into branding, advertising, and marketing. But it comes from your vision. How far do I want my influence to reach? Who do I want to touch? Whose lives do I want to touch? How broad is that? Or how narrow do I want it to be? Either way, but I just have to have clarity. Right. Now, don't be so afraid of getting it wrong. Oh, what if I'm wrong about that? What if that's not what they'll need in the future? What if that's not what that's not what my grandchildren's grandchildren will be looking for? What if I get it wrong? Don't be afraid of getting it wrong. Because you might. We don't have a crystal ball. Don't be afraid of getting it wrong. That's why you need multiple assets in case some of them are wrong. You need multiple assets. You need many of them working for you. And to be unafraid to speak the truth as you know it today. To be unafraid to speak the truth as you know it today. So we take responsibility to speak the truth, to discover the truth. We take responsibility for it. But it might be wrong in the future, and if you're still alive, you can correct it. If you're not alive, then you have other assets for people to discover as well. So that's one thing. Another thing about being wrong, what if you could be wrong? Another thing about it is a part of being a visionary leader is to look for the things that don't change. While the whole world is changing, while the times are changing forever so fast, there's always something that never changes. Look for those things. And those are principles. They stay the same. They were the same yesterday. Your grandpa had those principles. They're wise today, and your children can benefit from them too. So you look for those that stand the test of time. And you build some assets based on those. Some of the assets you create are based on those. Then you can guarantee that you have some experimental ones where you're making forecasts, taking some risk, and you could be wrong. That's okay. But you still have some assets that are grounded in principles that stand the test of time, that never change. So why do you think I sought to understand human dynamics, human psychology, and human behavior? Because those are the things that don't change. People that behave the same way for millennia. Human traits and characteristics have been around since humans were around. Leadership styles, leadership methods, they change all the time. And what's required from leadership is going to change all the time because the world is changing. The demands on leadership are going to change because of technology and, huge changes. But what stays the same are the humans and how they act and behave among others. So that is my comprehensive answer on how to build visionary leadership.